Okay, that is gonna be a weird opening because I didn't get Owl preceding that. I may have to edit just the beginning of this. Do you know what a cold open is? Do you know what a cold open is, guys?
Ow, you're ruining everything.
Today we're gonna learn. So today I'm just going to start talking and eventually we'll get to you. I'm very sorry because I've got like a shit ton to explain. Okay, I'm gonna start now. Before we get... Wow, I can't even say sentences because I'm so anxious. Blah! Okay, let's try that again.
If it helps you feel better, I genuinely don't know what a cold open is.
Oh, a cold open is where you just go straight into the story. There's no, preamble or intro music video at the beginning of Gravity Falls or whatever the fuck.
Oh, I thought it just meant, a gag before the show, so I'm just, feel real sad.
No. Ow, that's adorable. That's adorable, but not quite what I was going for. Anyway, it's fine, because I can edit this shit. Okay, I'm gonna try again, and hopefully I can get words out. My God, I'm so anxious. Okay. Before we begin this story, there are several others that, while not necessarily known of by the characters involved here, do tie into and precede the events that are about to occur. First of all, about 70 years ago, the Yakuza, yes, that's Hyukuza, as in hyuk hyuk haha, they were founded by a man called Don Coyote. Particularly wily Warner-toon who loved a good laugh and equally as much loved extorting people for money. Nice guy, you know. He was succeeded by Chuck L. Muscle, his right-hand toon, and a formidable Warner-style orangutan. The Yakuza themselves are a notorious mob of gangsters who plague the Giznep kingdom. They eked out a reputation as being unsavoury but good-humoured toons, with a taste for pinstriped suits, practical jokes, and the occasional spate of arson and robbery. You know, the usual. Then, about 1 year ago, there was an explosion. This unexplained detonation could be seen from miles away and caused the untimely death of Chuck L. Muscle and, reportedly, of a young goose of noble origins who had been in his company at the time. Despite this setback, however, the Yakuza remained an indelible stain on the Giznep landscape, and in recent months their activity has increased, becoming less funny ha-ha and more funny oh no. During this surge in activity, a string of seemingly random events also took place. 1. The sabotage of a particularly popular ride in T.P. Barnon's centrally placed and diplomatically neutral theme park, Anqualand. 2. The murder of Victor Tim, the destruction of the taffy train and consequent attack on the engineer's reputation. 3. The theft of Jeremy the Grasshopper's official conscience badge, imbued with the power of the mighty wishing star, which was used in order to supply a sinister park called Idyll Island with visitors, wherein many toons were unwillingly transformed into donkeys and stolen away into the night by an animatronic fox. The unexplained theft of the engineer's beloved train, Willow, also was in these sequence of events, including repeated assassination attempts on the director himself, and finally, the discovery of many donkeys and other transformed animal toons held in a secret dock, apparently waiting to be delivered to real kind continent places. And while many of these creatures were saved, to whom they were being sold and to what end remains as yet unsolved, and the animals remain transformed. These events could not be further from your minds, however, because today is the spookiest of spooky holidays. That frightening festival, which traverses all realities, so we can have it here. It is Halloween! Hooray! Yes, what's that?
That was in character, by the by.
Boys and girls of every age.
We are not doing copyrighted music. Anyway,
I know, that's why I stopped.
Oh my God. You know, I think increasingly think that Owl, the reason that I keep...
We are singing this because Halloween!
Yes. The reason I keep composing original bad tunes may be escaping you, Owl. But anyway, there is a traditional all-day party at Dodo Studios.
Hey, if it's under 10 seconds, we're fine.
Every year, and you are all absolutely VIP guest list people, so please finally introduce yourself. Thank you for being quiet for so long. Introduce yourself, your character, and what they are dressed up as. Top to bottom, you know the role. Go.
shit, I think that means it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh god. Hi, I'm Owl. I play Shorts Kid, who is a wizard, and today they're dressed up like a ninja! Because who doesn't want to be a ninja for Halloween? You get extra candy because you can, like, sneak it out of other people's bags.
Mm-hmm.
That is not how that works.
Sure it is. If you're Shorts
What does
Kid.
Larry know about Halloween?
Fair
Don't be
point.
mean to Larry. He's doing a very good job, and he's trying his best.
Mm-hmm.
He
Hi,
is.
everybody. I'm Snailian. I'm right now possessing the form of Snail, who also sometimes runs games, but currently is so excited to be playing this game, you guys. So here's the thing about Snailian is they're an alien, so they're sort of kind of new to this whole thing. So they were really stuck because they had two ideas for what they wanted to do, because everybody says that the ghost is like the most traditional costume you could have, and like starting with a tradition is very good when you're doing something for the first time, because this is their first Halloween. But they're also an alien, and there's like a classic alien costume, and well, long story short, they're wearing a ghost sheet over the entirety of themselves, but over their snowmet with like two antennae holes, they do have an alien mask.
So good.
Maud has informed me that this many layers means that I will actually get a disadvantage on like perception checks that require sight.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I felt really mean. I feel really mean about that. So only do that if you really want to. I'm actually like, I'm going to rescind that because I think that's just too mean.
No, you're not.
What?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Snail would do this.
Okay, for the flavor.
Speaking as someone who has worn that many layers, you can't fucking see.
Okay. Yeah, actually, same. I did a Wall-E cosplay and I couldn't see for shit. Anyway, okay, next in the line we have.
Hi, I'm Kai, and as always, I'm playing Charlie, who is a worn cat bard, and he is dressed up as a pirate, me hearties. I will not be doing that voice throughout this game because A, it will kill my throat, B, it will just sound bad.
Arr. Well, if ye be sure.
Yarg.
And I guess that leaves me. Hi, I'm Yuni. I'm playing Larry Samuel. Larry was just going to wear his usual clothes as a commentary on how artists feel a constant need to put out new creative work on a constant basis, and how people tie themselves to their productivity and, you know, define their worth based on how original everything they produce is. But then the kids started saying that wasn't, you know, really in the spirit of things. So he found a horse mask in the prop room and is wearing that.
I love
We
this.
love Larry.
It's like the best outfit. I mean,
We stan Larry.
it's so good. We do stand Larry. And because it's Halloween, I just love all of you and all of these outfits. You all, first of all, get a free inspiration point. You just do.
Yay.
Enjoy that. But also, during this game and this game only, everyone will get one free roll at advantage in the game, but you have to give a reason why related to your outfit. Because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I have loved fancy dress since I was a kid, and I have done cosplay, and when you wear an outfit, you do get kind of, like, into that. You get inspired. So, like, if one of these people were dressed as a fairy, you could say that you have advantage at an arcana check, that kind of thing. So, enjoy that, but do use it before the end of the game. Y'all got it?
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the party is in full swing. There's a lot of sugar, occasional planned screams of joyful fright, and lots of laughter. However, in the middle of, that's it, better to say, in the middle of this happy revelry, there is the familiar sound of the office telephone ringing, and the engineer, who is himself dressed up as a cowboy, and this was originally to scare the pants off Tobias by pretending to be Glenn again, but really, he just likes being a cowboy, let's face it. Anyway, he hears the phone and sighs and excuses himself to answer it. Please roll perception. Did you get the roll perception? I want you to roll perception.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It was a very good phone effect. I'm very impressed.
And I don't have disadvantage because I can hear okay, right?
Yeah, no, that's a hearing roll. That's absolutely. And like, yeah, if you specifically want to perceive with your hearing or vibration, like that counts. You can do that. Just like say so.
Oh my god.
Wow, these are all terrible. I love it. Amazing.
Oh my god.
I was about to say I'm glad I got the first crit fail out of the way, but no.
Seriously?
No, Snail had
Oh
to get one
wow.
too.
I'll say this is not an important.
starting off on a great note.
Yep.
This wasn't an important thing, so I guess this is the best time to get a 5, a 4, a 4, and a 3 in a row. That's crazy. So yeah, the party is loud. Okay, so the reason none of you can really hear what's going on is, like, it's loud. Everyone's having a really good time. Like, the entire studio is in on this bash. And a couple of, like, +1s. So you can see, but not really hear the conversation if you're looking, like, through the Venetian blinds of the office. You can see the conversation's effect on the engineer through the door. It's hard to say what type of agitation it is with those rolls. But he's certainly excited about something. And after a short amount of time, he hangs up and just sweeps out of the door and looks like he's making a beeline to the exit until he pauses and motions you four aside to join in.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, us!
Go over.
And Snailian uses their silent image to, like, plop onto Engineer's face, but it's just an illusion to go, like, pointing at their face like, us? Me? Us?
Well, I hate to run out on my own party, but I just got a call from the prison. Aye, the one that's taking care of our dear friend Dora Z. Scale. The warden told me she seems to be in a particularly talkative state. She just learned that Calamity Dame has pushed the Magical Magician of Oz off the top spot for the most loved musical of all time. And oh, she is taking it badly. He looks so happy about this.
Are we gonna rub her face in it and then delete her?
Well, maybe, but the main thing is this might be our one and only chance to stick a crowbar into this chink in the armour while she's showing it and pry it open. Now, normally I wouldn't be happy letting any of you anywhere near her, but the prison security has proven very solid so far, and aside from that, she's at breaking point, and the 5 of us combined could well be the key to putting the final nails in a round dead coffin. I'm not insisting you have to come with me, but I owe you all the choice. After all, you've all got
Oh, I already went once.
You what? When did you do that?
I had to go and sit there and eat chicken nuggets in front of her while she watched.
You're amazing. And he just gives you a big
Yeah,
kiss.
that's evil.
But next time you do that, you have to ask my permission. How did you get in? They are under strict rules not to let you in without me.
I have Blink.
That really shouldn't work in a prison. That really shouldn't work in a prison. I'm gonna have words with the warden, and he now looks really concerned because that shouldn't have worked.
Maybe it just works in the visitor area and not, the actual prison area.
Let's say that. Otherwise, I'm gonna get a headache. Okay, what do the rest of you say before Shortsked gives me an aneurysm?
Sounds evil. I'm in.
I knew you'd understand,
Yeah.
Charlie.
Sure.
You sure?
Okay.
Oh,
Snail,
yeah.
Snailian, you really don't have to come. I mean, she's still who she is.
No, I'm coming. I want you guys to notice, as soon as the engineer said that it was Dora, even as he was excited, the illusion vanished. Snailian was on Larry's shoulder, and due to the couple of layers, it would be kind of hard to see that this was going to be a negative reaction, except she's been dead silent. She's not animatedly gesturing with her hands, and she's just like, we're going.
If you're sure. And
Yes.
I think because of this, you didn't ask me to make insight, but he's your dad, boogie woogie woogie. So he scoops up Snailian, and he's going to put you on his hat in private place. So you're in a very safe, warm, protected place. So there.
you see Snail and puff up just a little bit, but it's honestly a little eerie how unanimated she is, considering mere moments ago she was her normal self.
I think in order to break the slightly dour mood, the engineer says, "Well, we've got to get there somehow. I need a horse," and looks at Larry.
Wait, before we go anywhere, can I ask a really important question?
Oh, hey, go ahead.
What the heck is an aneurysm?
And with that reality crunching moment, 'cause I don't think I said that.
I would just like to say, the moment that the engineer kind of looked over at Larry like that, Charlie would have instantly just fallen on the ground, bursting out with laughter.
Oh boy, amazing. But we do have to know,
You're having a good time.
Yeah, does Larry let the engineer in his cowboy outfit ride the horsey? We have to know.
Yes.
Please.
I hope you realize that this means I am the dad now.
Maybe, or maybe you're just my extremely loyal steed. And he hops onto your shoulders. Hi-ho, Larry! Away!
Nay.
Okay, well that was beautiful. Okay.
What a way to start things.
Amazing. Okay, so just to speed things along, you all set off, costumes and all, to visit the high security magical prison in Toontown to speak to none other than the most hated of has-beens, Doris E. Scale. Boo. You may boo in his.
Shorts Kid attempts to blink into the waiting area to get there first, but then hits an invisible wall because they have up security and have fixed the blink hole.
How funny! Oh, weird. That's an interesting timing. But yes, for those who don't know, wow, you need to listen to some other games. But Dora Z. Scale is a murderess, a saboteur, and now an undead lich. And the engineer and many others have been trying repeatedly to grill Dora for information, and for a long time she was simply enjoying the attention and doing a good job of getting under their skins while she was doing so. But it seems like today could be the day that all changes, and I think we get there via bat symbol spin, like the Dodo Studios logo does the thing. And now, interior shot, 3 p.m, prison corridor. We see the engineer nod at the warden before approaching the soundproof door, behind which you know your all too familiar foe is being held. How are you all feeling?
Charlie's pretty
headache.
cheerful. Oh, you go first.
Sorry, no, you go. Charlie, go.
Yeah, Charlie's pretty cheerful about this. He's kind of like, oh yeah, this seems like a fun chance to kind of get revenge, because he's aware the others all have what feels to be a very personal stake in this. Charlie does feel personally betrayed because he does feel like, yeah, Dora Z was one of his heroes when he was younger. Now he's just kind of like, right, you're a bitch. This is gonna be fun watching you suffer.
Amazing.
Shorts Kid has a headache because they just attempted to teleport through a wall and it didn't work.
Aww.
Bonk.
Bonk. Magical bonk.
Ow.
I think you get a pat on the head from the engineer because he probably knows what you tried to do.
Well, they fixed the hole.
Good. Okay. How about you? Let's go with Snailian last, because I feel like there's a lot of, you've kind of explained already, but also tension. Larry, how do you feel? Have you been before? Maybe you have.
He's gone probably once or twice and just spent the time staring at her.
Oh,
and it's
spooky.
just the two of them having a staring contest. And he's had some choice words to say to her, but it's never felt like the right time. He's thinking, maybe today, maybe not. He is once the horsey ride is over, he's gonna switch back to his normal mask, at
Fair
least
enough.
for now.
Yeah, for this bit, may be advisable. I don't think a horse can give you advantages for intimidation, unless they are valid to eat fingers. Okay, and lastly...
No!
Yes.
No.
Snailian, we are on the verge of this. How are you?
So, interestingly, Snailian, you guys know Snailian. She's part of the people who convinced Larry to put the mask on. Normally she would have fussed at him for taking it off. But along the trip, all of you saw, because I rolled very badly on a stealth roll, Snailian took off her own costume as well. And she's just waiting.
Cool. And also
if you
concerning.
want insight into how she's thinking, how she's feeling, you are going to have to roll for it.
I'm gonna do that because I'm your dad. Boogie woogie woogie 7. That's really shit.
No, Charlie's not doing much better with that 9.
We all good? Oh no! Whoa! Well, your snail sibling, has rolled a 21. So, short kid. No, that's Larry. What am I talking about? Well, I mean, Larry is also your sibling, basically. Not officially.
Is he though?
Yes.
Yep.
Outvoted. Okay, so Larry rolled a 21. Short kid actually rolled a 2.
Okay, everybody else metaphorically plug your ears. You don't have to literally, obviously. But, Larry, you're just looking at Snailian and... honestly, you're thinking back to when you two were talking in the library. There was that one instance where you both sort of got into the dungeon, and sort of had a big talk about consent and boundaries, and why having boundaries doesn't mean you love people any less. But this is actually a different time. Snailian's really, really big in the library. And this time, you two actually got on the theme of her Paladin Pact. Who knows how, conversations are weird. But she was talking about how no matter what planet you're on, there's still sort of the essence of life. And she was, I believe, talking about the cycle of life, because it related deeply to her, even though she wasn't from this place. All things have their beginnings, have their middles, and have their ends. And she got a little twitchy when you guys talked about their ends, because there was a little segment about how necromancers defy their ends. You have the feeling she doesn't like necromancers as a whole. And to be honest, probably the reason she doesn't like them as a whole is from this specific person. Dora Z is probably where she got that specific vendetta. And for a second, you're almost worried, because you actually haven't seen her let loose. And the way that she's sort of sitting, yes, on the engineer's hat, she just might.
You want to act on that, Larry?
And then you open the door.
No, I mean, I'm gonna let Larry do something if he wants to, or not.
Larry just gives a little tap on Snailian's snellmet and goes, You know what? I think she's gonna be real jealous that she doesn't have a cool bunch of friends anymore like we do.
She lost her friends a long time ago. She better feel jealous.
Yup.
Even though this conversation is literally taking place on his hat, the engineer does not comment on this, because that's your conversation. He does, however, hesitate where he's got his paw on the latch, because, like, this is still a big decision. So he says, no, I'll be in there with you the whole time, but if at any point you want to leave, you can, And you know what? I reckon it'd be better if I stay out of the discussion most of the time so you lot can have a crack at her. But if things start to get even remotely out of control, if she starts upsetting you too much, I'm dragging you all out of there immediately. Do you understand?
I understand, but I don't like it.
That's fine. I didn't ask you to like it.
And I'm not
Better to
upset.
keep the kids safe.
Okay. Are we all unanimous in moving forward?
Yes.
Awesome. So you enter the cell, and oh wow, it's just as well it is a soundproof cell because the screeching, I'm not gonna do it because I need my throat for the next 2.5 hours. But wow, she's a mess. She hates that she's being forgotten and ignored. She is furious about Calamity Dame, and even though she's clearly very well contained, she is still very frightening. Like, she is wailing and thrashing and sending out futile sparks of necrotic energy. Fortunately, Dora is safely behind heavily abjuration magic imbued reinforced magical glass and metal. Try saying that when you're drunk. Anyway, her wrists and waist are held very firmly but not cruelly in place with the same purple tendrils of energy, you know, the ones you saw help seal her into the black and yellow striped box on the bridge of the Mr. Zippy when you fought her. In fact, that box is directly beneath her, and if at any point she needs to be put back in the box, there is a big lever that the prison guard, who is constantly on guard, can just pull, and you can ask him to do that.
Dora.
Yes, indeed. And then she sees you. She sees you, and she goes still and silent and just seethes.
Hey.
Hi. How's it going, Dora?
She says nothing. She says nothing.
Just please, like, Charlie is grinning wide enough that the Cheshire Cat would be, like, jealous. I would just like to say that.
If you take that same smile and turn it upside down, you have her expression.
Perfect.
Shorts Kid just walks straight up to the visitor's chair and begins climbing it, and then sits on it, waves. So, it's been a while since I was here last time, and that's just because I got really busy because my life has been going so good lately. Do you want to hear every little detail of how brilliant and amazing my life has been now that you're in a stupid box and I'm out and have a family?
That like that. So she actually just goes and slams
I knew
up
you
against the very very thick glass, and she's so mad. Like she has her sort of lich polished nails scraping down the inside, but they don't make a dent in it. It like, this is a good security place. It's like she ain't getting out of
Shorts
that.
Kid blows her a kiss.
Oh, she's so mad. Like, I can't even verbalize how angry she is. I think she's just making, like, angry cat noises. Imagine that.
Maud?
Hmm?
Maud?
What? What do you want, Snail?
So I rolled for Snailian to leap off of, the engineer's hat the moment that Dora surged forward.
I was wondering
And
what that
use her
22
bite-
was.
And use her bite attack on, the window. Can Snailian try to evoke the same frightened status that she did just from startlement? It doesn't have to be a permanent thing.
I'm gonna say
But-
no because of the abjuration magic. I will, however, make a whiz save to see how surprised Dora is at this, because you have basically just suction cupped onto the window with all your horrible little snailian teeth right in her face. And an 18. Unfortunately, she is too angry to be surprised, and she just rakes her claws across where you are, but on the other side of the glass, like as if she just wishes she could disembowel you, but she just can't. And the engineer sort of coughs gently in a sort of, maybe we should just settle down and have a conversation.
Shorts Kid gently just sort of like, you know when you have like a really nervous or angry puppy and then you give him a little pat on the back of the neck, give him a little scritch behind the ears?
Mhm.
That is what Shorts Kid is doing to Snailian to try to coax them off the glass.
Aww.
Oh,
Snailian is slowly sliding down the glass, I'm afraid they smack Shorts Kid's hand away on impulse, but then, like, when they get down and look back and see, no, it wasn't somebody who was trying to stop her, it was somebody trying to calm her down, they sort of, like, because you can see their face, you can see that there is a slightly apologetic look on their face, but they are glaring at Dora the moment that the apologetic look has been shot.
That's awesome.
Shorts Kid just kind of sticks out their index finger so that Snailian can hold it if they want.
Aww.
Snailian does hold it after they've sort of like gotten their bearings back under them.
Okay.
It's okay. She's a big bitch in a bad box.
She actually looks a bit surprised at the language. That's like the one thing that you've managed to surprise Dora with, is that. And it's pretty damn funny.
Shorts Kid's been spending too much time around Charlie, and Charlie is not sorry.
That's awesome.
We have established that Shorts Kid knows the word bitch.
I want you all to make an insight check, and I'm gonna make one too. Interesting. Okay, 12 is not great.
I have to check what my insight score is because I forgot.
Ooh.
Gosh darn it, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Snailian, this is partly, I think, because you had such a close-up view. Everybody else was kind of like, she's surprised, that's kind of funny, and also, she can't get us. But Snailian, you, with that insight and your close-up view and your absolute seething hatred and knowledge of how vile this person is, you're kind of surprised enough about her surprise that you realise she looks ever so slightly different. And you even you all noticed this back on the bridge, thinking back on it, that some of her reactions and behaviour was a little more exaggerated than the usual real kind. And you realise she is ever so slightly more toony.
You okay, Snail?
No, I'm very angry. But, hey Dora, how are you enjoying Victim's last revenge, huh?
What are you talking about? And she looks immediately like she regrets saying anything because her silence was her one defense. But she's also like, what?
What do you
I
mean?
said, how are you enjoying Mr. Victim's last revenge? You're not exactly, well, all entirely yourself anymore, are you now?
I don't
Haven't
know.
you noticed that things have been a little different? Because that certainly wasn't something that the old Dorothy would do. And it sure seems like things only changed after you murdered somebody and then drank their toonish guts.
You don't know what you're talking about. And she
You're
is up
becoming
against the
like
glass.
us.
What?
You're becoming like us. You hate tunes so much, you drank one. And now you're one of us. Because you murdered somebody and thought you could get away with it without literally changing. Well, guess what, Dora? You literally changed into what you hate. A little bit, yeah.
No.
But
No, I can't! I'll be anything but that! And she actually is freaking out right now. And congratulations, you've, like, broken her silence. And she is having a minor meltdown. She is, like, basically refusing to believe what you have told her and is clawing at the sides of her face. But she also, in her deep, deep, deep down self, knows that there may be something to it. However, Shorts Kid and Snailian, you've said quite a lot. I would like Charlie and Larry to have a go. So let's start with...
Shorts Kid jumps down off the chair so that they can...
Larry, you go first. You've kind of been silent for a while.
Is that okay? Okay, Larry, you have at her. She is in a very panicked, freaked out, bad state. This is perfect.
He he's been very quiet while everyone else has been sort of needling at her and making fun of her well-deservedly, and all that. And as a rule, Larry has avoided saying anything to her just because, you know, it seems kind of pointless. But now he supposes she's in a state. He might as well get something in. And he says, you know, I always thought you were pretty dumb.
What? How dare you? I was the one who... No, I'm not even gonna say it. You all know what I did. And she's trying to recover, but she looks a little bit shaky. I changed the world. I'm going to. I'm still going to.
Did you,
It's
though?
been about
I
a
mean...
year. I don't really remember what you did in the first place. It was bad, and I don't like you, but I don't know what you did.
I'm not talking
Larry
to
puts
you.
a hand on Short's kid, and he goes, you didn't, though. I mean, you did something bad, I guess, but, it always sort of didn't make sense to me. And I think I figured out.
What exactly doesn't make sense to you? The fact that I hate toons? The fact that I hate you? The fact that I would do anything to rid the whole world of you and your kind?
Dora, you're doing it again.
Saturday morning villain.
Shoot.
I reckon what doesn't make sense is, like, you did all this stuff, and then you didn't exactly get to claim even any infamy. You haven't made a difference. You're just getting forgotten about, and the world's moving on already.
You're just saying that to tease me. You haven't seen all the news broadcasts. I have. They let me watch TV in here, you know. And I've been, they talk about me all the time. Yeah. And she is trying to persuade herself that that's still true. And it was for a while, but it isn't anymore.
I don't know. The last time I heard anything about Dora was when fucking Stan was like, oh, I want my waifu back. And we were all like, dude, that's kind of creepy. And then he went to jail, so.
Rory,
Yeah, we got him in
language,
jail.
we use pecking, not the F word.
Oh, sorry.
That's a good.
And Larry is, you know, lets everyone get their roasts in, and he goes, I'm not actually sure why you thought that would actually happen with what you did.
Because he said...
And
she looks like she just, bit her tongue.
He leans back and goes, yeah, that's what I thought. See, I hope you understand at this point, maybe you've been here long enough, that whoever told you this was a good idea, they're not coming for you.
You don't know that.
They don't.
You don't know that. You don't know that. And she's saying that to herself as much as she's saying it to you. She's now she doesn't have legs anymore. She's just like this big billowy floaty dress thing. But she is effectively striding up and down. And her eyes are popping out slightly as she's covering her mouth. Is there someone making a clicking noise? Because that's actually, what on earth is that noise? It's stopped
Sorry,
now.
that's me with a pen.
Oh, thank God. I was like, is my computer breaking? That's okay, but maybe, away from the mic. Okay, anyway, she's pacing up and down. She looks pretty frantic, and you can tell that she has believed that whoever was helping her is going to help her. She's now at the point where she's trying to persuade herself that that's still true.
Yeah. Larry goes, yeah, here's the thing. If they cared about you, they would have done something already. Even if...
Who said anything about caring? This is business.
Yeah. So you're aware that even if they do put any thought into you, you're just a pawn to whatever thing they've got going on.
I'm a
You're
pawn?
aware of that, right?
Oh, that's rich. They think I'm a pawn? And she's actually talking straight at the engineer at this point. Says, what about you? You and your cute little train getting all wrapped up into it. Oh, it's so adorable. You don't even know. The engineer is just maintaining a sort of icy quiet, but his left ear has pricked up.
So they told you all about their brilliant schemes and how derailing a lousy movie was supposed to change the world.
You think I'm talking about... Oh, not the first train. I'm a cute little Willow. And roll history, everybody. The engineer does not have to, because he was personally involved in this. So. I mean, this is a really easy roll, I will say. Yeah, 15 is going to do it, sure. Oh, 19. A 14, that's also fine. You have to get over a 10, that's all. Is Shorts Kid gonna roll? Oh no, the Shorts Kid. You've changed your icon and I keep getting confused. I'm so sorry.
No!
Oh, Charlie, that's in that one.
I
I can't
really
see
cute
anything of what I'm rolling. Discord has crashed for me. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, no, Charlie's really not good with rolls at the moment.
That's. I mean, I kind of want to come up with a reason, but I don't think I can. Maybe you can tell me after I explain. But yeah, the history check was to remember that Willow, post having been taken off the engineer by basically the bailiffs to pay his debts, was stolen for a short amount of time, and no one really knows what it was used for. They think it was being used to run some sort of cargo because there were cargo boxes, but there wasn't enough evidence to go on. And it had been stolen, they are pretty sure, by the Yakuza, but with everything about the Yakuza, it's so difficult to pin down evidence. And just because there were a bunch of weasels and hyenas wearing pinstripe suits, that doesn't mean they were part of the Yakuza. I mean, who knows?
Shorts Kid pulls out a game kid and starts just beep boop beep boop beep boop.
Amazing. Okay, so yeah, you have that context now that she is talking about that.
Snailing is just doing what she's good at, listening until the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Charlie may actually be useful here because you rolled a 2. You actually don't know what she's talking about, so would you be inclined to ask?
Yeah, I think it's just like he's gonna kind of spend a moment just kind of staring at her and just goes like, "No idea what you're on about, lady."
She does a slightly cartoonish pause with her jaw slightly dropped because she was just like expecting you all to understand and be annoyed, and like she's just, are you actually okay? So his cute little train was taken away from him, and it would have been just delicious to leave it as that. But my good friend, who I'm not going to tell you who it is, I don't even really know. Anyway, he thought that it'd be really funny, and I still think it's really funny. And she does think it was really funny. If he just borrowed Willow for a little while, and it was just so useful. Aren't you so glad, Mr. the Engineer, for being so helpful? Engineer is actually starting to look a bit annoyed now because this is talking about Willow, his baby. Like this, he really doesn't like that Willow is being used for something bad.
Oh, hey, Dora. You did it again.
What? I did not. You're just making it up. She's just making it up. She's just making it up. And she's talking to herself now.
Hey, Dora. You did it again just now. After I said the first thing, you did it again.
You don't know what you're talking about! And she actually looks like she's about to throw a hissy fit, like crying sort of tantrum. It's really kind of like you almost, if she wasn't so horrible, would feel bad for her, but no, she deserves this.
I want it to be clear, this is the most angry smug you have ever seen Snailian. Like, she's been smug in a cute way before. This is fury smug.
Anyway,
Sorta...
he just doesn't have a clue, and they used it to move all those stupid donkeys, and it's just, oh, it's so delicious. He was involved in that, and he doesn't even know.
Can I roll a history check to see if I heard around the studio anything about donkeys? Like you exposited?
Sure. Again, everyone can roll history. I will say that you have to roll over a 13 for this, because it was definitely in the news, has been for a while. But it's still not really difficult. Nope. Charlie is...
There's the good roll.
Charlie is good with newspapers. That's good.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Charlie!
Oh, Larry. Okay, no one else reads the news, which is understandable, because snore. Anyway, but Charlie, you know about Idyll Island and all of the stuff that happened with that, and there were toons who were turned into cartoon animals, but unspeaking animals. You know, think Animal Farm type of design, and yeah, they were taken away, and while quite a lot of transformed animals were found in a secret base, which was strongly implied to be to do with the Yakuza, again, very tenuous evidence to prove that it was Yakuza, but everybody knows it fucking was. A lot of them were found, none of them have been transformed back, and there are still quite a lot of them missing.
Yeah, Charlie probably would have heard this because, again, yeah, he reads the newspaper. He tends to keep a pretty close eye on the newspaper just, because of his job and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if this story caught his eye, he would have read it the whole way through. And he thinks it's pretty horrifying, but he knows there's not much he can do.
Mm-hmm.
If she had something to do with this, or whoever's controlling her, he's not happy and his grin will vanish.
Thought you'd find it funny.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, lady. Talk more intelligently.
Not gonna.
And she sticks her tongue out at you, and she closes her mouth and crosses her arms because she's made you irritated and she wanted to do that.
Hey, Dora. Hey, Dora. Guess what? You're never gonna guess. You just did it again.
She is keeping her mouth shut, but she is turning slightly blue in the face, like she's holding her breath. She's really trying not to. I basically want someone else to break her this time. Please, someone break her.
No, totally. I just want you to know, this is all that Snailian's gonna do now that she's found an in.
Shorts Kid just kind of hands over their game kid to Train Dad and says, "Hey, do you mind playing this for a little bit? Because I have something I gotta do. Because honestly, we're not getting anywhere, and she's so boring."
I'm not boring. I'm not boring. I'm not boring. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. I'm bored as hell in here.
Oh! And she actually screams and covers her mouth with her hands because she hadn't realised how bored she was. She's so bored! Wow! Why is she so bored? That's weird. That's almost like a toony thing to be allergic to being bored.
Shorts Kid is just like, I used to be scared of her when she was a person and, threatening and actually, a good actress. But now she's so boring and one note. And we learned about this in school. It's actually, I learned about this in school because a friend of mine has a grandma and she's got this really bad disease. It's called Bowdler's disease. And it's what happens when a toon gets really old is that they only remember a couple parts of their personality, so they get really big and really, really exaggerated. I think she's been Bowdlerized.
She actually looks horrified. She looks like she's frightened right now. She's still in denial that there is some toonization that has occurred since her ingestation of a toon. Wow. But yeah, she actually looks she looks scared now, but she's actually kind of frozen. Someone needs to just poke her a little bit more, and I'm looking at you, Larry or Charlie, maybe?
I'm not Charlie, however, Charlie's smile has come back. It's not a grin, it's very small and very tight. And I have something in mind for later. So Larry, you go.
Larry takes a moment. He goes, "Well, I guess you've probably figured it out by this point that, you were someone who was entertaining and loved and remembered. But I guess you decided that wasn't good enough. And you got rid of all of those people who cared about you. And now you're this person in a box who just yells the same things over and over and over again. And that's how you're going to be remembered.
Oh dear.
As someone who's just not very interesting.
One note.
So this is unfortunate because she her face has kind of gone more neutral and more human looking. It's actually gone more real kind looking. And then she gives a sort of, she's been doing this exaggerated laugh the whole time. And this time it's kind of like a very subdued sort of person in a box. No real friends. Being forgotten, having to say the same things over and over and over and over. Don't you realize that's exactly what I was before? I haven't changed at all.
Yeah,
And
well, you lost your chance to.
She's actually crying now, like real ass tears crying.
I mean, I offered if you wanted to be friends.
And she's up on the glass again, like all her hair is splayed out and all of her dress is splayed out. And yeah, ooh dear. These rolls I've just made, the D20s, were temper keeping rolls. So like that 12 was a very moderate. The 6 is not. She's not keeping her temper now. She's really, really pissed. I am, however, going to make a roll for the engineer. This is just an intelligence roll. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. He is not going to intervene. Never mind. You're so close. You're so close. Someone say something. But unfortunately, she's gone back to being kind of wild and pissed.
But it's okay. I mean, not everybody can be friends, and to be honest, you're kind of a jerk. Not even kind of. You're really a jerk. And I don't really care about you. And it's okay that I don't care about everyone. I'm really, really bored of you. And honestly, if you hadn't even done the train thing or whatever, you'd probably still be alive. But you did do the train thing, and now nobody even remembers it. And I barely even remember you. And I was on the stupid train!
You'll never forget me. When I get out of here, I'll make sure of that. And I'm going to get out of here because he did. He told me. He promised he would get me out of here. And he always gets people out.
Well,
He's
if
as
you
much
did
a
get
liar
out-
as you are.
If you did get out, where would you go first? Hypothetically.
Where do you think?
And this is an important question. If you give me a boring answer, I will make fun of you for life.
She very quietly did just say, where do you think? And looked straight at the engineer. And you don't have to make an insight roll. She would go straight to Dodo Studios and wreck shit.
And Larry leans
such
back
a
against the
boring
back of the
answer.
wall.
Sorry,
And,
can Larry say something again? It cut out and then there was two voices. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry.
Larry leans against the back wall and he goes, is he gonna get you out the same way you got your old co-workers out?
She actually looks a bit confused, and I think you need to make an insight roll.
Right. Nope. That's a nat 1.
No, you see there's like a pull of tension, maybe quizzicalness on her face, but you really don't know what it means. No,
Everyone's
no.
trying.
I'm gonna try for Angie as well. 9, no. Interesting. Okay. Well, it kind of makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
There is
There's
the
the
natural
20.
Really coming in clutch
20.
with the good rolls.
Charlie.
Maybe this is because Charlie, you've run operations of a less than savoury or legal nature before, and
That's putting it nicely.
yeah, and when you do that kind of stuff, You've run. I'm taking a little bit of a liberty, but I'm gonna guess you have run operations where you trust the people that you're working with, and you have also run ones where you don't. And you recognize her expression as someone who does not fully trust the person that she's trying to trust, and does not fully understand what the whole plan is or was. She didn't receive enough information to be absolutely certain.
I think, for a long,
You disappeared.
like, other than at the beginning and everything, when he was just having a grand time, basically laughing at her, he's been staying pretty quiet and just watching this, because this isn't his fight, but at this point in time, yeah, he recognizes this, and he recognizes that, no, she really doesn't know shit. If she's the one that's treating us like pawns, then... And I think this is the point where Charlie's just going to kind of step forward and talk reasonably quietly, but... Alright. Missy, you see here. I know everyone else has had their chance to give you all the threats, and do all of this, and do all of that. I haven't felt like I really needed to bother with everyone else who got in hand. But I promise you, I've got something much more creative than what a lot of these folks can do. So I'll tell you what. Tell us what's going on, tell us what you know, and the mastermind of all this will... you don't need to worry about him anymore, because you just need to worry about yourself. And he certainly ain't worrying about you.
Why?
Tell us what you know.
Why would I ever tell a Toon anything?
And from this, you automatically know that whoever she's working with is a real kind.
Because you're also one of us, aren't you?
I'm not. I will never be. He'll fix me. I'll fix me. I don't need anybody. I don't need you. I don't need him. I don't need any convoluted plans. I just need to get out of here, and I will.
Lady,
one way or
he
another.
doesn't give a rat's ass about you. And if he did, you wouldn't still be in here. You wouldn't still be like this. He's had months to let you stew in here. If you had any reason to actually still be here, he would have gotten you out. But... you know, you don't have any reason. You don't have any there. So, why do you bother?
Shorts kid kind of elbows Charlie a little.
Yeah, what is it, Space Cadet?
Then they lean up and they whisper in Charlie's ear so that Dora can't make it out. And basically, Shorts kid is saying, "Show her what she is."
Snail, is that dog okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Hang on.
We have a distressed puppy. Oh no. It'll be fireworks, I bet.
You know what, kid? Yeah, you got a point. Alright, never fucking mind.
Nope.
Charlie-
Whatever you just did is a failure. That's a
He was going
one.
to try and pull a...
Oh, that's a...
You know, he was going
Hammer's
to try
face.
and pull a fucking pot hand mirror out of his hammer space, but for the sake, like, the dramatic tension of this moment is just absolutely gone when, oh god, has someone got
do you
the
roll?
D20 table up, please?
It's somewhere on my computer. Hang on. I've got it up. So roll a d20.
Yeah,
You
it's
got-
10.
You got out a pamphlet for the Temple of Serenre. I can't pronounce that because I don't know the reference. I'm sorry, I'm not a nerd enough.
Saren Ray.
Saren
It's a joke because it's a god that exists in Pathfinder, but not in this version of D&D.
Oh, that's very funny. Okay. Yes, you get out that.
Like, oh, wait, wrong pocket. Okay, reaches into his other pocket, and he manages to successfully pull out a fucking mirror. Alright, have a look at this. And yeah, he just holds up a hand mirror right outside the glass so Dora can get a good look at herself.
And she does.
Like I say,
And
you one of us.
for a moment, she doesn't understand what you're talking about. She just looks gorgeous, like usual, just, you know, a little bit more green and a little bit more see-through, and... But she didn't used to have outlines around her eyes. And, like, it could almost get away with just looking like eyeliner. But no, she has an outline on her eyes. And she screams and digs her fingernails into her eyes as if she is trying to rip them out. But because she is slightly intangible, her fingers just go through her face and she can't mutilate herself. She can't do it. And she is beyond distressed, and this is actually kind of disturbing. And at which point the engineer has been being quiet. I'm afraid I'm doing this to slightly chivvy along the game. Did give you opportunities. He says, Ori, just settle down. God grief, look at the mess you are. I can't believe anybody used to take you seriously.
You just be quiet, little man. Who's gonna take a stuffed toy seriously? You are.
And for a start, I happen to know that if they were using my train, they have to have used an unused train station or railway line to hide her on while they were using her. And it's been bothering me, but I think maybe you know. And she goes very quiet and very pale, but she looks like she wants to say, because you have all been pointing out that whoever she's protecting is not holding up their side of the bargain. Anybody want to go?
Forgot what we were doing.
You're trying to... Okay, you're trying to extract... I will just spell it out. You're trying to extract this final piece of information so we can get to the next part of the game. Basically, when they stole Willow, they had to have somewhere that they could keep Willow and, use as a base. Like, they were transporting these donkeys to the dog and everything. But a train is a big-ass thing. You have to keep it somewhere. You have to hide it. And where better to do that than an unused train station or railway line? However, there are quite a lot of them around the continent of Inkwell. The engineer has deduced, and probably had previously, that she might know, but she definitely does know. And she looks like she really wants to say, but she doesn't because she hates you all. She needs one more poke.
Come on, give us a hint, and I promise I'll play nice.
She just looks like she ate a lemon. She does not want to tell you, Charlie, I'm afraid. I mean, you can roll persuasion, but you'd have to get like a nat 20, I think, or over 20
I've got
anyway.
to fucking try.
Go on, do it.
Try, because
if you do, I'll love it.
I've got a +7 to persuasion.
Please,
so.
if you manage, I will be very happy. Oh, this is an 8. That's a nat 1.
That's a nat 1.
Like I said, she looks like she ate a
my
lemon.
God.
She does
So
not change.
On one hand, I'm aware I could roll luck and have another go at that, but I think right now, just the way that Charlie is smiling is like, no, it's fine.
I think that's why. I think that's why you got a nat 1.
I think what Larry will do is like, I guess he probably didn't tell her anything. It's pretty obvious he didn't trust her.
She's like,
It's not really important enough to tell anything like that.
oh my god, I mean, I want you both to roll persuasion, because that was very good. Both of those were really irritating. She's so fucking mad.
Persuasion, that's a +3, because Shorts Kid has pretty high charisma.
Whoa, an 18. I think that'll do it, Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, combined efforts. The studio siblings have broken her shell.
And she says, well, the joke's on you. Of course I don't know what it's called. Nobody does.
Oh, is it No Man's Land?
Her face has fallen, and she actually kind of looks puzzled at that, because she's never heard of No Man's Land. However, the engineer has a very lovely, slowly growing smile crawling up the side of his face. And it looks like he knows exactly where she's talking about.
Alright, thank you so much for the information. Have a lovely day.
And he's going to scoop you all out of the room, because she has started screaming again and saying, No! I didn't tell him! I'm not one of them! And you just hear this screeching as she closes the door.
I want to just say that as the engineer scoops everyone out, Larry stays behind for just a second, and he goes up to the glass. He goes, so I have your bike. If you ever get out, you better come to me to get it back.
Oh my god!
I was kind of wanting Charlie to get a chance to stay behind to just be that little bit more threatening, but no, I want to leave it on that.
That's so good. I think, that earns such a scream that it actually transitions, like the scream does a crust dissolve, and now you're back in Dodo Studios, and you are in the office, and the engineer is ferreting away through old maps and just throwing them everywhere. And I also, while he's doing this, want you all to roll history, with the exception of Snailian, I'm afraid, because you are very new to Inkwell. I mean, have you been reading up on the history of Inkwell? If you have, then yes, you can roll history.
Snailian has read pretty much a little bit of everything, and like they point at one of the maps that flies by and says, "Oh, I went there. Houston is very nice." So they actually do know a little more than you expect, although they won't necessarily know this.
Okay. No, I'm afraid a nat 1 + 2 is a 3. That ain't not gonna do it. This was a hard roll, I will say that. This is pretty obscure knowledge.
Charlie, the highest roll.
Charlie got a 12, and with that, I will say, Larry, you got a 10, that's not bad. Basically, you both are aware that the railway system in Inkwell has upgraded over the years, and like the width of the gauge has changed, and there were towns that were built and disappeared. There are going to be little offshoots in different places. Charlie, with your 12, like, you are like guessing there's like this is to do with an abandoned town specifically, because this operation must have taken a lot of space and like people, so they would need like a settlement, not just a random station in the middle of nowhere that's exposed. However, fortunately, you're a train dad, and I'm not even gonna fucking make him roll, because otherwise this game would take forever. Anyway, he digs out.
It's been an hour.
It has.
What is up with our rolls?
It's fine. I did also want lots of time for roasting Dora, so we're pretty much on track. Anyway, he manages to emerge from a particular pile of old cartography, and Bob will have a fit when he comes back to the office in this state. He slams this particular old map on a table. He says, there was a settlement that collapsed almost as soon as it was made because it was so unpopular. There it is. Prefabricated town made by the Gisnet Building Committee. It was built right on the edge of the uncanny valley. It's very strange land. It's very cheap to buy. Its original name was erased from all the books in order to cover up the kingdom's embarrassment at what a failure the project was, and it became known as a modern myth, the place referred to only as the town with no name. And he points at it victoriously.
So is the name the town with no name, or like did it have a name but you're saying that it's only known as the town with no name?
The latter. Anyway, here's the thing. Now, we could leave investigating this to the police, but all police are peckers. All police are peckers. We also don't know how deep this goes. We don't know where the Yakuza have people or how much they know. The longer we leave it, the more likely this site will be compromised. So I'm taking the initiative while we have it. I'm going to go right now. And again, none of you have to come with me, but if you want to, I have no right to stop you. And he almost looks like he's very reluctant to ask you to come, because, like...
If you go without me, I'm gonna scream.
Didn't the police almost, like, throw all the evidence that you had, all the, like, film rules of what actually happened with Dora into, like, a shredder or something? And only because that reporter you like so much stopped them we still have the evidence?
Yeah, the engineer just nods at that with a kind of, you know the tight-jawed expression? Like, that's the expression.
Yeah, we ain't trusting them with jack shit.
I'm bringing you up, Lil.
So I think we're all in?
Yes.
Larry hasn't said anything because he doesn't need to. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Yeah. I think the engineer just gets that. Absolutely. The only one left to really give an absolute answer is Charlie. And the expression that the engineer is looking at you is not just, do you want to come? But it's also because he knows you have a family as well. And, like, that you don't know what you're going to find.
Charlie was actually the first one to say fuck yeah. So.
Oh, well, so, okay, fine. Right, we're all going on a field trip.
It got a little bit drowned out by Al, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, very quickly, because I would like to take a break in 15 minutes. I'm just gonna, forget the train road trip. We do it by montage. We traveled by map our Indiana Jones, and it's nice. He attaches a caboose to the train, so no one has to deal with any nightmare fuel nonsense. You can all like chill back there, have a picnic. You know, like you've brought party food with you. Like you have a miniature party on the train on the way.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Is it still Halloween?
Yes, this is all happening on Halloween. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is just a continuation of whatever party we were having before. It's fine.
Yeah. Larry, do you have the horse mask back on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah!
Okay, and just like that, you managed to get there. But time has passed. It is now like sunset. Like it's golden now. It's very pretty. And as you pull into this abandoned train station, the engineer briefs you all to stay together, to never split up, be constantly on guard, and of course to speak up if you see or hear anything suspicious. Now, Larry, we don't know what's gonna happen out there, but I want one of us to be at the front and the back. Do you have a preference? Do you want to lead, or do you want to cover the rear?
Or just sort of stares blankly and it's like, I don't know if anyone cares.
I do.
We care! We like your opinion!
I'll cover the rear, I guess.
Alright. You got the rear, I'll take the lead. Now, Rory, Snailian, you two have the most important job of all. And he kneels down to address you both very, very sincerely. Now, I need you two to look after your Uncle Charlie. He's got a habit of wandering off, if I recall, so you make sure he stays with you in the middle of the group, nice and safe, you can? And he actually looks
Oi!
at you, Charlie, after saying this. I want you to roll insight. Nobody else.
Oh, I've got to say, can Charlie have advantage here because he knows
Yes.
what kids are like?
Yes, please do.
Because I know exactly what you're trying here.
Mm-hmm. It'll be
Go
kind of
on,
funny
have
if you
for
don't get it,
advantage.
though. That's a 6. Oh, 21.
There we go.
21.
You absolutely
Yeah.
understand that he is saying he's saying this. Yeah. Do you want to go? I mean, like,
No, I was gonna say, Charlie is going to absolutely play up the oi and go like, oh no, he doesn't need looking after. He'll be fine. Specifically, so that the other two watch him more closely because you go.
well, he's asking Charlie to look after the kids in the middle of the group, and is partly saying this so they don't wander off because they really don't know what they're going to find here. And there is no better way to get a kid to do what you wanted them to than like making them do an important job. And like, he's
Exactly.
like, he does also kind of want Charlie to not wander off. There is a part of that is actually genuine. Anyway, you have arrived at a
I have
new
one
location.
condition.
What? Oh, sorry, that's in character. Yes, darling, what?
I have one condition.
What would that be?
I get to hold Charlie's tail.
Well, I'll permit
Don't
it.
pull it!
Oi, I'm fairly sure I don't get have to that now, do I?
Shorts Kid takes the tail. Well, it's either that or I wander off.
I think this is the point where Charlie's going to kind of remove his tail and put his hand there instead, which is also soft, not as fluffy as his tail, but soft and has beans.
Shorts Kid squishes the beans and goes, "My master plan is complete."
Nice. Snailian, just to check in with you, do you, like, abide to this?
Snailian was kind of liking being on Engineer's hat because Engineer is also always really, really close to the action. And yeah, Snailian has been awful quiet, hasn't she? But when given a very important job, she does slime up Charlie's side and probably is now resting on Charlie's bandana, so like on top of his head, but it's kind of weird. She's just not talking as much.
I mean, am I allowed to make a quick perception check?
You sure are allowed
That's
to
a
make a quick
21.
perception check.
You're 21.
Snailian's trying really, really hard to handle this well. And since they've come to the Toonlands, they sort of are like trying to monitor their reactions to the way that the society works. And they're sort of like conflicted because this is very clearly like engineers' pain, even as they're deeply involved, and even though they know the word trauma, they don't realize that they've been traumatized by this. Because nobody ever realizes that they're traumatized by something when they first learn about the word trauma. So she's just trying really hard to not let her emotions get the best of her, which means she's basically just staying quiet.
That makes sense.
Rather than roll insight, Charlie's just gonna ask, "You're alright up there, Bubblehead?"
Oh yeah, of course I am. I'm a alien ghost. I'm your booty. Of course I'm okay.
Yeah, alright, well, stay up there. It's alright, we'll get through this, okay?
Does
Of
the
course,
alien
I'm here to
ghost
protect
want to-
you.
Yep, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. You gotta stop me from wandering off, yeah, and Charlie's gonna act half wandering off just to see what happens.
Oh no, don't you dare! And Snailian immediately goes into the gag and does Ratatouille pull his one ear that isn't in the bandana to try and redirect him back to the group.
Alright, you got me. See, like, you're already doing your great. You're doing fine.
The engineer is very grateful to Charlie for this and is also making a mental note, because, yeah, got that 21, to have some time with Snailian. Like,
I've been meaning to have a FPS, but my god, we've both been really busy.
But, yeah, there needs to be some dead alien snail bonding time. Okay, but quick, we've got to keep moving. So you have arrived in a new location. Hey guys, what do you do when you arrive in a new location in D&D?
You roll
Perception
perception
check.
check.
Hell yeah, you do. Go for
We
it.
immediately run right into the middle of the location and yell, "Come and get me, monsters," while shaking our butts.
That's an option. I wouldn't advise it.
Magnus rushes in.
Peck this. I'm using one of my luck points. Where the fuck are my decent rolls? 15.
That's
okay.
better. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, like, with Larry's, I would basically give you all this information anyway. But yeah, 15 is good. I mean, Engineer's 10. Maybe he's paying more attention to the people in the group than, oh, that's a nat 1. Never mind. Maybe Shorts Kid really did run into the middle of town and shake her booty and say, come get this.
Larry got a 17 though, so he's
Yeah.
doing okay.
That's
No,
a
you're all good.
21 from Snail.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Hey.
This is visually checking out, right?
Yeah,
I
kinda.
have disadvantage.
Sorry, my dude, you do.
I'm 14. That was a lot less
That's
bad
not
than I thought it was going
Okay.
to be, but like,
I'll tell you what, like, the 21 is what you hear, and you hear fucking nothing. And that is unusual. Like has been stated, this place is on the edge of the uncanny valley. Things are kind of weird here. And, this is a big reference. If you don't know what the tag with no name is, highly encourage looking into that after this. My god. It's quite amusing. Anyway, so the town with no name has that uncanny liminal space feeling, you know, like a parking lot or a school at 2 a.m. And it's golden hour, but it's only just, and you can see the last simmering? Yeah, I guess it is as well. Shimmering slice of the sun slipping away beneath the horizon. Gave myself a task with the alliteration there, didn't I? And it's very dry and dusty, and as expected, there's a lot of abandoned prefabricated buildings, and this place was basically, it was an experiment of the Giznep kingdoms to rapidly create towns for toons. That was the advertising slogan. But it was an outright failure because of the lack of personality essential to the toon's background. And frankly, it's hideous. It's like, it's CGI-ing, but it's bad. It's really bad. Like, one could almost call it charmingly funny and bad, but you can immediately see why nobody in their right mind would live here. Like, if you were shown this place and said, hey, you can live here forever, you would get on the train and just fucking leave. It's so ugly. Like, most of the buildings have consequently, like, fallen apart or de-resed to the point of becoming abstract. There is only one building with that 17 that you see that isn't totally dilapidated. and it appears to be a sort of old abandoned eatery. It looks like a diner. The half-destroyed sign above it declares it to be someplace called Teddy Tazbear's Burger Joint.
Oh, good.
And we're gonna go for a break. 5 minutes break! And then we're gonna come back to this. And yeah,
Can I just... I immediately looking up screenshots for this game and wow. Holy fuck.
I love it. I kind of love it.
It's so shitty.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, legit. 5 minutes, I'm gonna mute my mic, and then we're gonna resume. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I will
Kai, did
be
you-
back in a moment.
Okay.
Did you miss the FNAF craze?
What? What are you talking about?
Kai, did you miss the FNAF craze?
Oh no, I know what Five Nights at Freddy's is. I'm referring to the fucking Town with No Name, which was
Yeah.
the game, and I'm guessing
Yeah.
this is the thing
It
that
was an actual
God was
game?
very-
Yeah, look at the pictures
We're
in the
saying-
game zone. It's so ugly. I love it.
really shitty.
I'm gonna post these in the
CGI,
video.
holy shit.
I
Oh
kind
my
of adore it. It was made by a bunch of students and was like made to be stupid on purpose, and it's a time. It's a real experience. Okay, I'm gonna go now. 5 minutes. See you in a bit. Okay, are we all good?
Yes.
Yeah, should be good.
I'm ready to continue recording.
Okay, let's
Someone hold my
fucking
hand.
go. Yep. And yeah, so you have arrived in this fascinating location, and I basically say there is nothing, not just like to fool you, seriously, there is nothing worth investigating outside of this diner. So I'm gonna like cut to the chase and tell you that there are two sides that you can enter this building on. There's a big pair of main double doors on the east side of the building, or there's a simple pair of like fire exit doors on the west side. But, like, the west side, you can see part of the building has collapsed in on itself, and it looks a bit unstable. However, entirely up to you guys which side you go in on.
Charlie, can you check if the doors are locked?
Yeah, and Charlie, like, I'm guessing, are you talking about the back doors or just...
I'm talking about, can you see if either door, either the front door or the side door is locked? And I'm assuming this means, like, the whole gang goes to one door, and then the whole gang goes to the other door, because...
That's gonna take you a
seems
while.
Like this is the sort of group that actually won't split up unless
Yeah.
put upon. But
Yeah, I think Charlie's gonna go check the back door first, because, like, he doesn't... In a place that he doesn't know, he'd
Okay, you go to...
sneak in thing.
Yeah, you choose one of these fire exit doors, and yeah, as soon as your paw touches it, it just goes... on its hinge and, like, opens in a slow, eerie, creaky way. They are all open.
Alright, after you. And he's gesturing towards NG.
You always give me the nice jobs. But he's joking, because, like, he was, like, absolutely going to be the first one in. I'm going to post...
He said he wanted to be at the front of things. So
No, like,
yeah,
he genuinely does. He's hamming it up. As soon as you enter, whichever door you go in, there is a map on the wall. So here's your map, everybody. You have a map. I'm going to pin
Oh
that.
boy.
Hurrah.
And so... I don't know which door you went in on. Do you want to go in the top door or the other door on the right? Because you have decided to enter a fire exit door, so you are either entering storage or the kitchen.
Do we want to start on storage?
yeah, let's start in storage.
Yeah, sure.
Good choice, because as there is a note, you will see part of the kitchen is collapsed. And I mean, like, have any of you watched Carboys?
Yes.
Yes.
God,
So,
yes.
like, when I say de-resed or collapsed, I mean, like, fucking that. It's weird. And
Trash.
and, like, the engineer and Shorts Kid probably find that a little bit weird to look at, because they're both CGI, and this building is CGI, and it's like, yeah, it's a bit weird. Okay, you have entered storage.
Shorts Kid has, like, a huge headache just from looking at this place.
Yeah, yep. Okay, you have entered storage. It is very dark. However, you have a father who has a giant pink flaming sword, so that's not an issue for very long. Larry.
Larry.
Yep.
Larry, do the thing. Do the thing. Come on. You can do it, Larry. Larry, do the thing. Please, 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 please. Please. You know the thing you did in the library? Can you do the thing? Please, please, please.
Oh, you mean this thing? He pulls out his banjo.
Please, 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 please.
Like this, and it lights it up.
Yay!
Yay!
Do you want to describe like what
Nature.
Larry's lit up banjo looks like? Because I can't remember if there's a particular color or if it's just like white or.
Yeah, it's just a bright white light.
Okay, you have some really nice mood lighting. Like there's this gentle rose pink glow, and it totally does not fit the setting, and it's great. So I will not make you all perception at disadvantage. You can roll perception though. I will say it looks like really empty in here, just without an 18, which Kai just rolled. That's a very good roll. An 8. 2! The cry of 2.
My roll.
Yeah, sure, roll. Like everyone can roll. But again, if you have the helmet on, I'm afraid, Snail, you are at disadvantage.
Yep.
Disadvantage.
I was literally typing it out.
A 9. And a 9. So you rolled a 9 twice. I think that's what you rolled. Snail. Snail has a time seeing through the painted, like the really cool alien mask on their helmet, snailmet thing. Anyway, but you also are like right next to this glowing banjo, so it's really hard to see. I think the same is happening with the engineer. He's just lit up a flaming sword in a dark room, so like trying to adjust to that. That 2, Larry. Do you want to explain why you got a 2?
Well, see, he's got this big frickin' horse mask on.
Yeah, that would do it.
Instantly understood.
That would do it. Okay, you have a horse mask on. Nothing needs to be said. However, fortunately, Charlie and Shorts Kid have got this. It's fine. Partly because it's really fucking empty in here. It's like disappointingly empty. And yeah, you find that almost a little bit weird, but I really can't, unfortunately, give you more about that at this time because you entered this room first. That's annoying, but that's where we are at. So you're in the storage room. It's really goddamn empty. However, I think, yeah, Charlie, yours is good enough. You find a flashlight on the floor.
Yep, he's gonna pick it up. He don't think really need now, but he'll take it with him just in case.
Yeah. So you've got a flashlight. It is just a flashlight. That's what it does. It isn't a really cool big heavy one, so it won't be any good for smacking people over the head with, unfortunately, but you can use it to see and shine a light. And because of this, also you both found that map on the wall, so you absolutely have this map as characters as well.
Yay.
Fantastic.
Oh, Snail says she has a small thing if there's a moment. We have a moment for you, Snail. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm really excited because now I get to reveal the thing. Stallion like makes a counting motion of like engineer, Larry, Charlie, and then looks at Shorts Kid and says, Shorts Kid, can you summon your and they like make a whacking motion thingy, and for some reason they've lost the word for staff, but they mean the thing you use to whack people.
Shorts Kid then takes a moment and summons their enter key.
All right, they're like, okay, hang on just a second. I'm gonna do something new. I read about it in a book, and they pull out their tinker's tools because everybody, Snailian did not take another level in Paladin. They took a level in Artificer.
Yeah.
So what they're doing
Fuck yeah.
is they're using their tinker's tools, and they're going to make the very tip of Shorts Kid's staff shed a bright light in a 5-foot radius and a dim light for another additional 5 feet. Literally just so that Shorts Kid doesn't feel left out of being able to shine light at stuff.
That's adorable. I love that so much.
I think I did it. We just gotta and the light clicks on, and they're like, yes! Okay, I was really worried because I was at, like, the sigil, and, like, for 5 straight seconds, there's just complicated jargon that sounds like Tinker jargon, but you're not even sure it's so complex.
Yeah, wow. Okay, you all have light up things. You're in a very well lit, empty storage room. And I'm assuming that you probably want to proceed.
Yep, let's move onwards.
Okay, because the engineer is in the lead, he's going to put his ear up against the door and listen first before you go through. A 9 doesn't really hear anything, and, you know, it is actually quite a thick door. But yeah, he can't actually hear anything, so... And the door opens, and you go through. And you are... It's kind of weird. It looks like you're behind a stage, like a theatre stage. There's, like, curtains and sandbags up above you. And I can say all this because you have a billion glowy things. So, like, immediately this whole place is awash with light. You can just see things. It is unnerving, though, because there's big... You know when you have a moving light source in a dark place? There's, like, really big swaying shadows. And, suddenly the engineer's ears go, like, down, and he puts an arm out to stop you, because it looks there are 3 people. And then he relaxes, but only a little bit.
What?
I
I can't see anything, guys. What's up?
I'm just going to
Try something? And let's see. I'm going to roll. I'm going to fail my hammer space on purpose to pull out a random thing. It is a 2. What the hell is a 2? Oh, it should have been a 20. But anyway, he pulls out a bunch of bananas. I just love that. He pulls out a bunch of bananas, which is perfect, and he peels one off and chucks one at the back of one of these figures, and as he expected, it just bounces off and makes a slightly sort of clangy noise when it collides, and he shudders, and he says, animatronics.
Hey, don't be mean to them. They didn't do anything to you. Literally.
I don't like these things, and as a mechanic, I hope you understand how strange that is for me to say, but I find them. We'll come and have a look. Let's see what we got here. And he's going up to investigate these things. You can also all roll, investigate, perception, whatever you prefer.
The
Yeah,
bunny's
Snail
kinda
is
cute.
absolutely going to do that because they want to defend these guys.
Actually,
9.
got for perception.
Yeah, 12. 2! Oh my god.
What?
I mean, I'm not gonna make you roll
fails.
again, like, that's a bad roll, my god.
Short kid continues to be like, I don't know. The one with the ears is cute.
Shrug.
Can I ask for something a little unconventional that you may say, no, that's not how it works for?
Sure, absolutely, because I just rolled a nat fucking 1, so like, go ahead.
So instead of an investigation or a perception or something, could Snailian roll medicine, acting like this is sort of like a machine?
No, I mean, like, I wish there was a mechanics thing. There is no mechanics thing.
Yeah.
I want you to roll intelligence. I'll let you do that.
Okay, it's still not great.
Worst comes to worst, we can roll animal handling.
Oh my god! I mean, let's just say this is working with the narrative and we're saving our good rolls for when we need them. So you all approach these completely still figures, and there are 3 animatronic characters on this main stage. And with the lights you have, you can tell that one is the big one. The big one in the middle is a grey bear wearing a white top hat and a white bow tie. There is also a pink rabbit, has a floppy haircut and a blue electric guitar and golden sunglasses. Rather fetching. And the other one is, I hate to say this is the creepiest one, is a chicken. You think it's a chicken, but it has teeth. That's like not right? There's a lime green chicken animatronic, and it's wearing a bib with time to cluck in on the front of it. That's all you get.
To cluck in.
don't like any of that.
Yeah.
Time to tuck in.
The engineer's dislike of these things probably is becoming apparent to those of you who have an ounce of sense.
I still don't see what's wrong with them. They're just like robots. You like Willow. Willow's a train. And these guys are just like built for a different reason like a robot. I think they're nice.
Okay, well, as long as they don't do anything, I might be inclined to agree with you. They are technically quite impressive. These are advanced. And he is actually like, having a look properly at them now. And like, they are, like, mechanically, these are pretty sophisticated. But as far as you can tell, they're just dead. There's like there's nothing happening. However, at this point, you hear something, and none of you have to roll perception for this, because it's just like, it comes out of the darkness, and it's a tune, and you can hear... And I want Charlie to roll history with advantage.
Oh god, I remember this tune. Even if Charlie, I remember this tune. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
Oh, yep, that'll do.
Let's see if I can get.
Oh.
Yeah, well, let's go with that. Let's go with that dirty 20, shall we?
Yeah, do you want to describe what you remember? Because you do remember.
Okay, Charlie, it was quite a while ago. It's probably coming up to like a year and a bit ago now. Charlie found TP nuns like fairgrounds and everything, and he was having a pretty good time around there. Why people are going missing on this ride. So he went in with a couple of other people, and he found that there was hyper concentrated paint turning toons into these strange little like wooden puppet creatures that would then be, controlled by the ride and whatever the fuck was going on there. Just none of you guys know this. All you know is the moment, like the second that tune starts going, Charlie just goes white. And he's going to immediately be wanting to just turn around and get out of there, trying to shove everyone else off with him as well.
That's new.
What's going on? What, Charlie, tell us what is happening.
No, this is like, no, if that tune is playing and they're gonna, this is,
Larry is looking around for the source of the music.
Sorry, there were two people talking at once. I got neither.
No, don't worry. Charlie's mostly starting to himself, which is not something you would see very often from Charlie. If you know him, you know that he doesn't get caught on words very often. Right now, it's just that tune. It's the fairground. It was the turn.
Okay.
Turning people into puppets.
So, while Charlie is explaining his uncharacteristically frantic reaction, Larry's looking around for the source of the music.
Okay, please do that, roll that while I explain why I just rolled a d20. That was a history check for the engineer, who has also been to Anquiland and is a friend of TP Barnon and he knew that tune from somewhere. But Charlie, you gave him that 19, he recognises that really irritating ride. So Anquil is a happy place is the tune that was playing, and he's taking you very seriously, even though he doesn't really understand wholly why. But you all go hide behind the curtain on the left hand side of the stage. Charlie with a 16. What I'm gonna say is that you can still hear this sound. And then it goes and you are on the stage, but because you rolled a 16 and you hear this noise, you look down off the stage and you can see this tiny tin toy fire engine, and it has rolled towards the stage and is now just repeatedly bumping into the wooden the front of it, basically, because it can't get up.
Shorts Kid
Charlie,
walks.
was there something to do with the truck?
Yeah, there were plenty of those there too. Nearly got turned to wood. Like, actual wood.
Come again? What?
They were turning people into puppets. There was something in the water, something like something that was paint, but more. And if you do not any liquid, if you see any blue liquid, do not go near it. Do not go near it. You will also get turned into wood. This is not safe. Let's do we need reinforcements here?
For it, okay. And I'm actually going to like give this to all of you because Charlie, you said blue liquid, and in fact, if you cast your minds way back, but on the taffy train, the liquid in the vase that Victor Tim's paint was supposed to be in, when it was spilled on the ground, it was investigated, and Charlie realised that it was the same highly concentrated paint that had nearly turned him into a wooden puppet on this same ride. Yeah. So there is some tenuous connection to it, and that's pretty damn menacing. However, you are all still on the stage. The fire truck is on the ground and looks pretty goddamn harmless, like it's just bumping into it over and over.
I think maybe we should go outside, but first, hold on, okay?
Larry, from up on top of the stage, just sort of flips the truck over with his banjo.
Yep, you knock it over and it goes and just stay still.
Shorts Kid.
Ta-da!
Right. Oh, can you do that to back?
And the engineer says, well, let's go into another room, and it's like shivvying you all into like that other room. You can see there's like something called utility, and you have to get out of there. If you want to resist the engineer, you will have to make a strength check.
No, wait.
Do you want to make a strength check?
We're leaving the big. They're still on the stage.
I am sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, Snailian is still in Charlie's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Charlie still got, like, holding hands with Shorts Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, they're out. Larry,
Okay.
are you following?
Shorts Kid
Yeah.
takes one of Train Dad's bananas and casts the cantrip light on it, and then tosses it out onto the middle of the stage because nobody wants to be left in the dark.
That's adorable. That's really adorable. So the last thing you see is this bouncing, glowing, bioluminescent banana, and then the door shuts, and then you hear boom! And whatever happened out there, it's probably just as well that you weren't there at the time. You're now in a utility closet.
General perception.
Yeah, baby! Go for it. I'm gonna do it as well. I was just waiting for someone else to say it first. 15, okay.
I don't want to leave them in the dark all alone.
It's all right, Short Kid. Like you said, we're gonna have to go back out there, so we'll make sure that they're okay. And don't worry, I can tinker real good. And they like do the "we can do it" pose, but it's kind of obscured by the fact that like they are still in their ghost costumes, so like everything is covered.
Shorts Kid giggles and then gently just kind of reaches out to Snailian, cups a hand around them, and says, Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna do this as a team.
Alright, I'll be your mechanical assistant. I've been told that I'm fairly good with machines. Speaking of which, and does anybody else need to roll perception? I'm not sure if I'm missing Shorts Kid's roll.
I have not rolled perception yet.
Yeah.
Shorts Kid has been very much worried about the big robots, especially the bunny.
Because they're so nice. Snailian, do you want to roll perception too? Oh my god, that's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20.
Fuck yes.
Snailian is not rolling perception because right now they're really focused on making sure that Shorts Kid tangentially, because Shorts Kid was talking, but actually they're gonna refocus their attention onto making sure that Charlie is okay. So they don't even care what's in here until somebody says like fire or something. They're mostly gonna be focusing on helping Charlie feel okay.
Okay.
So they're not even gonna roll.
I will say you don't have to roll insight or investigation or anything. If you're paying attention to Charlie, you will now note he is putting a lot of effort into trying to keep his breathing calm and even.
I think actually there's not a lot of room in this place. Like, it is a utility closet. It's like, it's not designed for quite a lot of people plus Larry. So trained
saying Larry isn't a people?
He is a people, but he's very
he's just
tall. Like, yeah, he's tall. He's a whole Larry tall, in fact. Exactly one Larry tall. And so the engineer is actually quite close to you, Charlie, and I just really want a small bonding moment. So he isn't holding your hand, but he's like kind of pressed up against you, and he's really warm. He's really comfortingly warm.
Aww.
Like,
okay, yeah.
he's here for
after
you,
a
my
couple
boo.
of seconds, Charlie will calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, he's not calm, but he's not on the verge of a panic attack.
Ugh, that tune really does get stuck in your head. So what we got here? And it's just like a utility closet. The main thing that is very important to have noticed in here, well done, Short Kid, with that 20. There is a big lever, like one of those dash. God damn it! I should have just drawn this thing. You know the big levers that in the Cats Don't Dance film at the end of the movie, she's like pulling them all down. It's like one of those. And it's very easy to understand what the hell this thing is, because it just says power supply on top of it. And you have noticed while you've been in here, there's been no hum of electricity, there's been no lights, there's just been nothing. The switch is set to off. Just a hint.
Larry just looks at Short's kid because he's like, he knows what they want to do.
It's a big lever.
Hold on, I'm rolling con for this.
What does that mean?
Does that count as a success? The closer to 20, the better it is, and like they do what they want. So for Short's kid, they know they shouldn't pull the lever, but they really want to. So
I think that's your choice.
They just manage to keep a hold of their instincts, and they don't pull the lever.
Okay.
I don't know. That's so tempting. I might make it a 15 DC. It's up to you, but
like it's up to you guys. Group vote. Is it a 10 or a 15 DC?
I feel like Maud is hinting that we do a certain thing, so let's just say it's a 15 DC.
It's pretty inevitable that you're going to have to solve some of the puzzles, so let's just do it. It's really in character.
Yeah.
Short's kid's hand just kind of shakes, but then they think about the bunny left out in the dark with only a banana for company, and they think if I turn on the lights, everyone will be able to see, and maybe they'll feel better, and we can get outside easier too, and we can take them with us. So Short's kid, with all their 8, almost 9-year-old strength, gets underneath the lever and pushes it up into the on position.
And it stays there, and it goes with such a clunk that you have the strongest suspicion that having done that, it's going to be very difficult to undo it. And I'll basically tell you for free, it's stuck. Like, the power is on. The power is on, my dudes. And you hear that sort of classic oing as the building has power supplied to it, but you don't hear anything else. However, the light has turned on in your utility closet, so it's now really bright in it. Oh, God! And the engineer actually turns his sword off because he's like, okay, peck that. It burns.
Well, if they didn't already know we were here, they do now.
Well, I mean...
this place is supposed to be abandoned, so like...
supposed to be. Well, we can see
scout.
now. Don't you dare.
Not alone.
No.
Hang
You
on.
remember what I told you? You got to look after Charlie.
And speaking of Charlie, Snailian is gonna cast. Snailian is gonna roll insight, but they're not trying to like get information out of you. They're trying to figure out how best to help you. Okay.
That's a crit fail.
God, we've had a lot of those.
I'm using my inspiration point.
Oh, yeah, do it.
I refuse. I refuse.
That's a good point, actually. Don't forget you have these advantage rolls and inspiration points. Like, use them.
Yeah, I'm not not even using the advantage roll because I'm starting to get miffed at Dice Parsons.
Yeah, me
This
too.
is my inspiration point.
Go for it.
How can I help Charlie?
Figure out how best to help Charlie at the moment. Okay, because the problem is this is, minor trauma caused by that whole situation that happened in that whole game. I think... I think he did actually bring this up on the taffy train when they were getting out like a canteen full of water.
Oh, you disappeared.
I can't remember if he said anything about it, but there is something to do like with that paint that if you get splashed with water, it washes it off and you're okay.
Yeah,
If
actually,
you
there was a
have
whole thing
something
where
someone's based around that might be helpful.
I feel ashamed because I can't remember if it was Snailian or Short's kid that touched the paint, but Charlie actually washed the paint off them afterwards so that their hand went back to normal. And
Yeah, that was it.
yeah,
And I
that's
believe
true.
it was Short's kid that touched the paint because
Okay.
Snailian was trying to heal, but like over the paint because they still thought it was Victor Tim.
This is sad.
You just reminded me of all the sad parts of that game, Mod. Okay, but what Snailian is going to do is they are actually going to remember that, and they're gonna like pull out their water skin, and they're like, well, a good Toon Scout is always prepared, and I think I remember, Charlie, that you said washing off the paint makes it okay. How many other people have water skins?
The engineer actually reaches into his other holster, and it's to be noted, like, since these assassination attempts have become more normal, he's actually been wearing a holster with his sword in it, like, the whole time. Like, all the time. However, he has two on today, and out of the other one, he pulls a water pistol, because he's been, like, calling people out in the party to, like, have water pistol shootouts with him, and it was really fun. So, yeah, he's got a water pistol, and he's offering it to anybody who wants it.
I think this is like, if that's the kind of what's going on with Charlie, is just kind of pause for a moment, realize, wait, no, there's a solution, and then just kind of shoves the water pistol towards UNG and gives Snailian a pat on the head, even though Snailian's like, no.
Damn it! Discord
keep
keeps
my
making
hands.
your voice go really
We can do
distorted
it.
and cutting out. Can you do that again? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I do have a water skin.
Most people do.
Love
It's a
it.
very unused piece of inventory, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, so Charlie's just takes a moment, realizes, sorry, my internet is rubbish at the moment. Can you guys actually hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. But you were going. Bleh,
I'm gonna take
so-
that as fuck.
No, I was impersonating you. That wasn't your internet making my voice do that. That was me. Sorry. You are here. Anyway, so you've refused the water pistol, is what I'm gleaning.
Hang on. Kai?
This guy disappeared.
Freaking
Yeah,
dead.
but Charlie. No, this is my internet. One moment.
I'm
God.
so sorry, Kai.
They've gone and Pecking died. Anyway, while this is happening, I'm going to say, like, the engineer is actually going to give that water pistol to Short's kid, because now you have a water pistol.
Hello, is it working now?
Yes,
Hello?
you're back,
Ah,
you're back.
hurrah. Okay,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
no,
ninjas
Charlie's-
aren't supposed to use guns.
This is a very special sort of
looking
gun
at
that kids
everyone
are
has
allowed to
water,
use.
Goes like, all right, deep.
Sorry, Guy, do you want to go?
All right, if we've got back in blue.
What? I'm completely lost as to what you just said. Sorry, what? You've got bad and blue, is what I
You
heard.
know what? Let's just keep them at keep. All right, let's keep these at hand. We've got this. Watch out. Any.
I'm gonna smack the internet for cutting you out at all these vital parts.
Watch out for any liquid that's blue. We've got this. Keep your water.
Shit. Okay, I'm just gonna type this.
No, it's okay. Like, I think it may also be at my end.
Yeah, what snails?
Yeah, like Snail, you just like
But now
recounted
for
that
me.
Oh, it's been
perfectly.
happening to me too.
Oh bugger.
I think Discord might be shitty today.
Maybe. I mean, it's under a lot of pressure. We're giving it stage fright. No drop. Anyway, okay. Water pistol has been given to Short's kid. I'm just gonna say, like, keep hold of that thing. And if you fire it, because you are a child, I'm gonna give you proficiency with it, because all children are proficient with water pistols.
Of course.
Yes. So that's your dexterity plus your proficiency bonus is to fire that water pistol. And it may come in handy, may not. Who knows? Anyway, it's cool. It's what colour do you want it to be? What colour is your water pistol?
It's orange.
Nice. You have an orange water pistol. And yeah, it has been very quiet outside. Like you probably all pause and wait to make absolutely sure, but it's completely quiet now. Apart from like the hum of the light that's turned on, you can't hear anything. What do you reckon? Shall we go out there again?
I have a little idea.
What's
Open
that?
the
Go
door
ahead.
Just a little bit, and then close it again, just to see if there's like liquid out there. We don't want it to like flood flood us.
That's a very sensible idea. You're a genius. And he was going to do that anyway, but he's got to praise his child. He loves you so much. Oh my god! And he does that. And you get a sort of 2-frame view of the stage, and then it closes again. And you can see, like, there was a paint explosion. It, like, spattered everywhere. But it's, like, it's already dried. It's already condensed. And, like, it's like, it doesn't look like it can do you any harm. It just looks like pigment on the floor, basically. Alright, well, I mean, looks like it's probably safe. Don't step in it just in case.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, easy enough to edge around.
Yeah, it's not a huge explosion. Like, it was a small fire engine. Also, because it was still on the floor, like, most of it went up because of the obstruction of the front of the stage. If you'd picked that thing up and brought it with you, that would be a whole other issue. But yeah, no, there was an explosion of small dimensions, and it looks like a paint bomb's gone off. Like, if you've ever been paintballing, you can get, like, paint grenades. It's like one of those has gone off. But it's all dried. And you have the map to refer to, but you will have to get off the stage to, like, explore other places. And, yeah. You actually, like, this is still, like, the main area. If you're near the edge of the stage, you can roll perception again for, like, the main area, because you can see it from there.
I have disadvantage still, right? Because it's like seeing.
If you want to keep your helmet on, absolutely. And this is self-inflicted at this point. As a 10. Boy.
Could I roll normal perception, but specifically to try and hear? Like,
sure. Yeah.
Animatronics make noise when they move around, and if we're out on the stage and not blocked by a door,
Yep.
Stallion is genuinely worried about the animatronics, because they're robots. They had a spaceship, and yeah, they lost the spaceship, but they know that spaceships are like trains, and trains are like robots, and they're made to do things, but they themselves aren't.
Yep, that's fine. Roll, please. We've got to keep this game moving. Oh my god. Okay, that's a 7. Please roll again. Oh my god.
No, that's for hearing. So
that's for hearing.
Disadvantage.
I mean, that's fair enough. Like, you can't hear anything. Like, you heard the lights turn on. You can still hear, like, a gentle hum of electricity. As far as you can tell, like, aside from the lights coming on and there being a bioluminescent banana still, nothing has particularly changed. However, because the lights are on and Charlie rolled a nat 20, you can see the rest of the diner. So, like, this is a performance stage for the animatronics to be on, and there was clearly, like, the eating area in front of it. And you would expect there to be tables and chairs and other things. It looks like stuff has been moved around in here. Like, there's, like, scuff marks on the floor. Like, it's black and white shiny tiles, you know, like a classic 1950s American diner. There's no furniture. There's, like, dust bunnies, and that's about it. Also, with that 20, you realise, as you're standing on this stage, that the placement of the animatronics is a bit weird. And there are 4 plinths. Like, there's 3 animatronic characters here, but there are actually 4 spaces. There was a 4th.
Yeah, Charlie's gonna point that out immediately and just kind
Well, that's disconcerting. Okay, well, thank you for the observation.
Shorts Kid wants to go up and check on the animatronics.
You can, but like Trained Ed is really sticking close to you, and like his hand is like doing the, you know, the Western thing where they're like really close to the holster. Like he's gonna get that sword out if he needs to as quick as possible.
Shorts Kid goes up to the bunny first, and then reaches out a hand to pat the fur of the animatronic suit, and says, "I'm sorry you were left in the dark."
The arm swings slightly. It seems to be like, you know, like a loose, ball-jointed doll, kind of loose. But because you are like so close to it, I do want you to roll investigation, and yeah, just roll investigation, and then I can describe what you have investigated. 14. That's not bad. That's good. Okay. So with that, you are close enough to hear that there is power running inside it, and you realise that these plinths are like charging docks. You know, like you put a phone on and it charges them up. So the electricity is coming up through the animatronic's feet, and like it isn't moving, but you can definitely tell that there is power like live running from the floor into these machines. But it isn't moving at all. When you touch it, it's cold. It's metal. It's like a aluminium or something casing with a very thin amount of really shitty fur on it. Like, it's really horrible stuff. It doesn't even feel nice.
Shorts Kid doesn't care. They have formed an emotional attachment to this shitty robot. Also known as, this is the child effect, where, you know, really old Chuck E. Cheeses?
Yes, I do.
Somehow kids got attached to those animatronics.
I'm amazed
Shorts
every
Kid
time.
has automatically formed a bond with whatever the name of this rabbit is.
Yeah, I'm from the UK. I never had to like experience that, but like people get attached to their Roombas. Honestly, I think a Roomba is kind of cute, but Chuck E. Cheese maybe not. This podcast was not sponsored by Chuck E. Cheese.
Charles E. Cheese.
Charles E. Cheese. But no, the only character that you know, from the sign outside, you know the name of, is the main one, who is called Teddy Tazbear. There is no particular labelling on the other two. You don't know what they're called. So, you're on a stage, it's well lit, you have the dining area in front of you, and all the world is your oyster, and there is still a glowing banana on the floor.
I'm gonna call him Bunny.
Maybe we should wait until we know their names? There's gotta be, like, propaganda, flyers around.
There's propaganda. We may be able to find more information if we explore the place. Wasn't there an office on that diagram?
Well, he needs a nickname, so I'm gonna call this robot Bunny for now, and then when I find out the name, I can call him the name. So Bunny.
Okay, that totally works.
And
Alien nods, I totally understand this.
Bunny and Teddy and... Are chickens green?
They don't usually have teeth either.
Maybe it's a goose. Geese have
I'm
teeth.
gonna go to the office.
Yeah, I like that Larry is just they're having this small talk about these animatronics. Larry just sidles around the back I'm gonna go look at this.
I'm following Larry. Let's just keep moving. We can come back and visit Bunny and his friends later. So, shall we proceed?
Yes, all together,
Yeah.
all together.
So, are we unanimous? We're going to the office.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. You have to choose one of the hallways. I will say there is no fucking difference, because we are running out of time. So you go down this rather eerily empty hallway. It's through a door, but those doors are kind of shitty. Like, the doors for the utility closet and the storage room and the fire doors, they look like doors. This is really, you know, if you kicked this door really hard, it would just shatter. Like, someone was saving money on this. And, yeah, so you make it to the office. We're in a new location, guys. What do we want to do?
Perception
Yeah.
check.
I will say perception or investigation, because, it's a room.
Is that
So,
noise?
yeah.
Oh shit!
What?
Incredible.
What was the oh shit noise? That's bad.
I heard the
Also,
sound of 5 people
Do
joining
none
the
of
chat
you guys have any plus?
Welcome, guys.
These are incredible rolls.
They are
We're
amazing.
going great.
I mean, again, remember, you all have inspiration, and you all have an advantage once in this game. Well, apart from Snail, who's used their inspiration, but, like, an 18! Oh, you're on it!
As long as at least one of us gets it, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna go off that 18, because, like, otherwise we're gonna be here for fucking ever, which is really funny. Maybe, like, you're all looking around like Scooby-Doo and, yeah, Shorts Kid, maybe you're popping in and out of the filing cabinet drawers, because everybody needs a break from the tension. But yeah, you're in an office. There is a rudimentary sort of closed circuit security camera setup. It's like the one on the taffy train, but it is much more basic. Like, even that was basic. Basic. And yeah, it has 3 screens, and the central one is marked stage/diner. And because you turned on the power, these screens are now on. And yeah, you can see the stage and you can see the diner. It's not a great view, but you can see stuff. It's black and white and kind of, you know, you've got the zigzaggy VHS strobing going on. The one on the left is marked Hall 1, the one on the right is marked Hall 2. You don't know why the fuck they would need security cameras in those. It's like nothing here, right? But everything is empty, and the screens are on. There is also, because you turned on the power, there is a telephone with a cassette recorder, and you can see there is a glowing red light on it. So that implies that this phone has a message on it. But I will actually go past that for now, because you rolled really well, Snailian, and I think you actually like went into the drawers of the main office desk, and because you're small and you can fit in them and you were like shuffling through everything, you find underneath like some really weird photographs. They're like photographs of people dining or posing with the animatronic characters, but like the kids' faces, like, because you're a kid and you're an insightful one at that, you realise these kids all look kind of quietly frightened. Like, the smiles are a bit too wide, as if they are just doing what is expected of them so that nothing bad happens. The grown-ups in the pictures are just, like, happy. Yeah, the grown-ups just look fine. They just look like this is a kind of a weird place, but it's fine, all is fine. However, underneath some of these, you find something that doesn't look like it fits here. It's a list. It's a list of names with numbers, and there's like a tally next to them. You're not sure. It basically, you are pretty sure that this is coded information.
Hey, Dad?
Hey, what is it? Where are you? Oh, you're in there. Hello.
They're like starting to wave the list up, like, Dad, I think this is like a coded something, and like I'm working on my code because I went to the library and I saw that codes were cool, but like I'm still not like good at it yet, and like this paper doesn't look like it's normal talking. Even see the tally marks?
Hey, I do. Well, this is strange. And I want us all to make an intelligence check to see if we can figure out anything more about this piece of paper. Oh, jolly! Hey, that's a 19.
Okay.
Woo!
Nice.
Very good.
That's not normally Charlie's strong suit.
Okay, that's brilliant. And with that 19, I'm actually going to give you something else. Oh my god, I put it 20! Yeah, okay. Shorts Kid and Charlie, you have like a combined brain surge, and you know, you can see like the outline of your skeletons as the electricity goes beneath it, and you go and you get like the inspiration, even without using your inspiration. So this basically means an intelligence check of 18 or higher tells you that these coded words are lists of animals, donkeys, horses, cows, etc. And the numbers next to them, and the names, are payments made for them. The other thing is that you realise that these prices, especially you, Charlie, are way higher than the cost of an ordinary animal. Like, no one in their right mind would pay that much for a donkey, let alone 5 of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a reason Charlie probably picked up on this whole code thing is because he's maybe had to use something similar in some other jobs in the past. So yeah, he's gonna point out straight away, going like, yeah, no, they're selling livestock, and I don't think it's the sort of livestock that used to always be livestock.
There's a slight temperature shift in the room. The engineer looks very unhappy.
Larry takes a step closer to Shortskid.
Larry is so fucking
Shorts
good.
Kid just kind of like suction cups to his side a little.
Okay, and just to remind you all, because we're all liable to forget, I've played D&D before, I fucking forget, and I'm the DM. There is still a glowing red light on this telephone, and in fact, closer scrutiny says that there are 2 messages on this phone.
Should we press the button? Can I press the button?
I think you should probably press the button.
Oh, I'm gonna press that button. Shorts Kid takes Larry's hand and pulls him over to the phone. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna hit the button.
You press the button, and I rolled a d20 there, which was against your passive perception. Nobody notices anything. Okay, you hear the first message on this telephone, and it says,
Welcome to Teddy Tazbear's. Congratulations on your new position as part of our maintenance crew. Please note that these robotic friends are very sensitive, so if the animatronics are turned off for any lengthy amount of time, they may not be overly exposed. No, I'm sorry, I screwed up that line. They must not be overly exposed to bright lights when they are recharging, as it can cause short-circuiting. You must also call them by their proper names, or they will... The 4 characters are called Teddy Tazbear, Benji Bunny, Knox'em Dead, and Cherry the Chicken, so please keep this in mind. As stated in your contract, Teddy Tazbears is not responsible for any lost life, and them is... Do I really have to read this out loud?
and then the message ends.
Well, I was right about the bunny's name.
Benji Bunny knocks him dead. What was the last one?
Cherry the Chicken.
One more time?
Teddy Yeah, I'll read them all out again. It's Teddy Tazbear, Benji Bunny, Knox'em Dead, and Cherry the Chicken. Also from this, you can pretty cheery. Yeah, as in, haha, hooray, ho I'm a cobra symbol. You also can glean from this that the missing figure is Knox'em Dead, because the others fit the description of a bunny, a chicken, and a bear. Mm-hmm.
A lot of bright lights on.
And they've probably been offline for a while, looking at like how empty this place has been before.
Isn't there supposed to be a second message on this thing?
Indeed. I'm just going to roll that again. Okay, that's a 2. That was again against your passive perception. Just, there was something about, you know, hearing the list of these names that made you compelled to look at the central screen to check on the stage. Teddy isn't there.
Don't like that.
Mm-mm.
Right, so get out of here. Does anyone else just want, like, Charlie's just like, all right, do we want to get out? Charlie's heading towards the door that everyone first came in through. And
Charlie, wait. If Dora was the one who recorded the message, then we really just should hear the second one. Then we can leave, okay? One more message.
I think we'd better make precautions just in case. Larry, do you want to stand by that door? I'll take this one. Okay, which door are you standing by? The left one or the right one?
He'll take the left one.
Okay, and the engineer is standing on the right. Who wants to press the button?
Shorts Kid, I wouldn't take it away from you, but we need to press the button fast. Do you want it?
Shorts Kid just grabs Snail and holds them over the button.
Oh god, that's so cute.
Okay, Snail presses the button for Shorts Kid and then like pats their hand like it's gonna be okay. You didn't do anything wrong by pressing the button. Dora's the one who's the big pecker.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna note Charlie is staying within arm's reach of those two.
That's beautiful. And out of the speaker of this ancient, sort of 1980s looking telephone, you hear, "Yar! Are you ready, kids?
Oh.
Captain.
I can't hear ye! Oh,
no.
welcome ye to Teddy Tazbear's. Congratulations! If ye be hearing this, then ye've all been solved this here treasure trail left by my captain for ye. Arr! Give yourself a pat on the back for me, your good robotic foxy pal knocks 'em dead. Sorry to say I can't give you one myself, what with my hook, but perhaps it's for the best. Besides, I've left some of me crew. I've left some of me crew there to throw you a real rockin' party. Have a grand old time, and remember, keep your eyes and ears peeled lest somebody else be doing it for ye. Who knows? If you survive, you may even get a sneak preview of the star attraction. And at that, you hear the most ominous of sounds. The wail of an electric guitar, the hellish discordant chorus of "wow" as some fursies that you really did not look or see activate around you, and an oddly familiar, sort of irritating but also catchy tune begins to fill the air. And echoing down the corridor, you hear a voice, a deep, growling, jolly voice that joins singing with this tune in a stuttering, mechanical fashion. Welcome to Teddy Tazbear's. No matter what your age, we're here to keep you smiling from up here on the stage. And if you think we're scary, and just give us a chance, 'cause we were made for just one thing, and that's to sing and dance. And through the left side of the office lurches and lunges the namesake of this family-friendly establishment, Teddy Tazbear himself. It is time to roll initiative.
Bitch. Harry gets advantage on initiative
Yep.
now.
Here we fucking go.
Here we fucking go. We got to the combat. I think we'll be able to fit this in one session, but does anybody need a break before we start the fight? That's a 20 for initiative for Charlie.
Yep, Charlie's on top of this.
Okay.
We got 23.
Oh, wow.
Larry's even more on top of this.
That's amazing. This is very good. A 14, that's fine. I'll take it. If people can help me do this initiative stuff, actually, I'm going to personally request that I just have 5 minutes. Is that okay? Or 3 minutes even?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
Take
Because
the full 5. Take the full 5.
no, even 3 is enough. Because
ahead.
I
Oh,
just
Yeah, I need to duck away.
there's a lot of stuff I have to organize here as well.
I need to duck away for a minute too.
Before
Okay.
you go, Mod, what was that? NG's initiative or Teddy's initiative?
Oh no, that was the engineers. I'm gonna do all the villains in a row so I don't get confused. Because
Sure.
there's quite a lot of them.
BRB Vex.
Oh dear. Okay, I'll be back in a bit.